and welcome to this week's episode of the original Red Couch Talk with Tina Marie Moreno, your realtor with a cause. Today we have the wonderful Elizabeth
Wojtaszek.
Thank you for saying that because I can't say that.
No, it's all the letters in the alphabet all wrapped into one.
There you go. Liz, thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it very much. Do you mind telling them who you are, what it is that you do, and how they can reach you?
Well, I'm Elizabeth Wojtaszek. I am the owner of Remax Champions North Central Avenue here in Upland, and you can reach me at 310 area code 498-7781.
Yeah. So first of all, I want to start off because, like I told you, if I didn't know your background, I would have thought you were Latina.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, my background's very scattered.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So growing up half Cuban, what kind of influence did that have on you?
Well, I believe that the Hispanic community is a big community. The influence that it had on me is basically like just going down to my roots, being like close to them, you know? Mm-hmm. So it helps because obviously I'm Hispanic, I'm Latina. For those of you that don't know and seen my last name, just a little bit about myself. My father was full-blooded Polish, born in Cuba.
Who would have thought, right?
But he always said that he was Cuban. Cuban at heart, Cuban everything. And my mother's Central American from Nicaragua, so that's where you get my last name from. But I always said Cuban because I just picked that up from him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do you mind sharing with us how you got into the real estate industry?
Okay, well, it wasn't something that when, you fall asleep and overnight you say, oh, you want to become a realtor. No, it was nothing like that whatsoever. I actually graduated high school. I went to college, went to university, went to UCLA. I did not graduate. And the reason why I did not, because I have that Hispanic mom, and she had been already in the real estate business along with my grandmother. So my mom is second generation, so that makes me third.
Right.
And basically we had properties. So the one thing that she said was, well, I want you to get into the family business, but I mean, what do you want me to do with the properties? If you don't get into the business, I'm just going to end up giving it out to the government. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I felt like it was strong arming me.
Yeah.
The reason why I didn't pick up an interest for the real estate business at that time was because I didn't want to do everything that my mom was doing, that she did with her mother. I wanted to do something that I would be enjoyable, which was I majored in child psychology with a minor in political science.
Oh.
Okay, because growing up I was taught and I was told it's either being a doctor or an attorney. So
I can see you as an attorney. I really can.
Well, yeah, I mean, I always fight for everything, but yeah, it was either doctor or attorney. So I could always fall back on one. But when she told me that, I was like, okay, I'll get into the business. And then I never looked back. I started as a loan officer, negotiator, loan officer, account executive for lenders, negotiator, now owner. So yeah.
Which brings me to my next question.
What is it?
Short sales was very big a while back ago, and I think that's when you made your name as the negotiator, right?
Right, that is correct.
Yeah, so how did that kind of fall into your lap?
So I don't know if you've seen the show Entourage.
Yes.
Okay. So a funny thing, I was working on the west side of town. I was out in LA. I was born and raised in LA. I got a job at a real estate office on the west side, and I left there. I went and then I moved my office. I actually moved into Downey. I had a great start with a lot of people that gave me a lot of support. But the reason why I got the name Negotiator was because there's this character on Entourage named Ari Gold. Ari Gold has a temper. He's always negotiating, and he's always on it for his clients. So because of that, and I saw that, I was like, I want to be like that for my clients who at the time were real estate agents. And so I would do anything and everything on the phone, yell at the lenders, because at that time the banks weren't established with their short sale departments. So I basically started doing that and told them what to do, how to do it, to give me the value, and I would get approvals left and right.
Wow.
So that's how that came about.
Okay, I could actually see you doing that.
That and I negotiate for a living. I'm a realtor.
Right.
So,
Yeah. So do you see short sales coming back? And if so?
you know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Everybody,
Yeah, you did.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But everybody is anticipating short sales coming back. Honestly, I mean, if you haven't seen this, it's already out there. Short sales have been coming back, but they've coming back slowly. Do I think that it's going to be like it was back when I was negotiating? No. It's going to be streamlined probably. But the other thing that other people have to look at is that now with so much equity in the homes, people can refinance.
Right.
I mean, they can actually still keep their home and not fear that they would have to lose it. But it's on a, you know, like
Property.
It's a different. It depends on the property.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's get a little personal here.
Okay. Knock yourself out. Should I go and leave? No, just kidding.
So with the ups and downs in our personal relationships, which I know you had that going on as well.
Yes.
How did you manage to stay focused and continue to, you know, grow into a successful businesswoman and have a successful office?
Well, I think first and foremost, the one thing that you have to remember is that whether you're in a relationship, you're dating, or however the situation may be, the number one cardinal rule that I have, do not bring the relationship into your business.
Yeah,
Okay?
I totally agree.
I totally have that like in my head cemented in there for the simple reason that we're women.
Right.
We are a very emotional creature. That's how we are built. That's how we are. So
Yes, we are. And our
imagine.
cameraman's back to laughing, but yes, we are.
So imagine carrying, like, let's say you have a argument in the morning before you go to the office. You're gonna bring that energy into your office. Guess what? It's gonna trickle down to your business.
Absolutely.
So I've always I'm very disciplined with my work. I think it's just because of the upbringing that I've had. But whatever happens in my personal stays in my personal. I go to the office. That does not bother me. It doesn't faze me. I leave it out the door. I'll handle it after work hours. You know, I'm not going to deal with it during the work hours. So I think that's the number one cardinal rule that I've had. But when it comes down to the actual business standpoint of things, again, I'm very disciplined. I have a goal in mind. I have a mindset. And my thing is that I am the head of my household. I don't know about you guys out there, but I think the one thing that I'm not going to be doing is just marinating at my desk, not trying to get the business. I'm going to be out there like that.
Yeah. Yeah. With that said, I know that you care for your mother.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So having, to take care of her and do things that she needs. How do you manage that, taking care of her and taking care of business, as well as, training your agents?
That takes a lot of patience. Let me just say this. I do take care of my mother. She's 81 years old. You met her.
Yes.
She is very quick-witted, but how do I do it? With a lot of patience, a lot of, again, it's going to be organization. I have to basically map out my day accordingly to how it's going to be, to accommodate what I have going at home, as well as what I have going on in my business. I just find it, I've been such a hard worker that it comes so easy for me. And that's just the way I do it. I have to map out my day. And when it comes down to now dealing with my agents out at the office, training them, I do that myself.
Yeah.
I have my Liz Minute. I do that myself. But it's become such a routine that I've been able to block it out on my calendar, on my schedule. Yes, I have a schedule, believe it or not. And there's that saying, the early bird gets the worm. So you're not going to find me sleeping and snoozing in at like 9 o'clock in the morning. My morning starts at like 5:40 in the morning so that I can get into the office.
Oh, okay. So you make schedules, but leave it open for adjustments that you may have to make.
Yes, I always have to, because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, God forbid anything happens to my mom. I have a good gap in the middle of my days where I can just quickly talk to her, go home, check up on her, but then come back and go about my day.
Right.
That, and then the other thing is called leveraging yourself.
Yes.
I never understood that word up until I became an owner, and leveraging yourself is something super important for women that are out there. If you have a busy schedule, even for fathers, because you know there are single fathers out there as well. You have to leverage yourself. If you've gotten to the point in this business where you're making a substantial amount of money, or you have people that can help you, don't be afraid to ask. I think that's one thing that a lot of people don't understand, that they have that pride, but you shouldn't. It's good to ask because you never know what can happen.
Yeah, I've been guilty of that myself. It's hard for me to let go of certain things because I always want to have control.
And I'm
and it's
very much like that.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as a female entrepreneur, what were some of the difficulties that you faced?
Ooh, that's a good question. The difficulties that I faced in this business is the fact that we work in a predominantly male business. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to have any negative against the males in this industry, but it's been known, it's been predominantly male based. So as a female, it's more of, I have to go ahead and prove myself that I can do just as good or even better than that broker, that realtor, that agent that's out there. So guess what I have to do? I have to now become, it's like saying gender neutral.
Yeah.
I can't be emotional. It's like that saying, there's no crying in baseball, there's no crying in real estate, but there is. It's just no one sees it. It's behind the scenes. So I pull back the emotions and I just go about it like on a business level. A lot of people may think of it as it being hard, but actually you gain more respect with the knowledge that you get intake, that you have, and on top of that, knowing how to negotiate just like a male. When you've studied how to negotiate how they like to negotiate, I'm telling you, you'll have them eating out of your hands. And I think that's the reason why that's one thing that I really excel in with dealing with a lot of clients like that. But I think that's the one thing that I have faced getting into this industry. The fact that I have to overcome the fact that I am a female, I run my business, I am self-employed, and I'm in competition with the rest of the world that, the majority of them are probably male.
Right, yeah. So if there's any females out there that are doubting themselves and wondering if they could be successful and make it happen for all the reasons you just said, what would you tell them?
For any female that wants to get into this business or even any type of business, I think the one thing that they have to understand is that it's 100% sacrifice, 100% work. You have to have the ability and the mindset that you're gonna be able to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to get emotional with this.
Go ahead.
I think females need to understand that their support system should be at home. They should.
It's a very emotional.
It's very
because
it's very emotional because here's the thing: a lot of women tend to doubt themselves, and I think that they shouldn't. I think that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Anybody that's trying to get into a business, whether it be real estate, whether it be a retail business, whether it be a family business, you have the ability to actually do it. The risk is there, but the risk is rewarding at the end because you are a female entrepreneur. You are a boss lady. I mean, you hear the whole, like, and I don't want to say any derogatory terms, but you hear it the opposite, boss, and then the other word. But no, you're a lady, you're a female, you are a leader, especially in your world, okay? We lack a lot of role models, especially now in this time of age. I think it's super important that women step their game up. Yeah. Because guess what? You're leaving a legacy. You're leaving something behind for your family.
Right.
So if you are wanting to get into a business, I say absolutely do it. Just know that it's sacrificed a lot of hard work. And on top of that, you have to have a support system that is going to appreciate the fact that you're doing that they're doing this, or you're doing this for them. If the support is not there, You're going to end up feeling like you're by yourself, but your mindset has to be tough. And again, it's emotional because, yeah, we're women. It's natural. Obviously, I just cried because the thing is that you have to keep doing it. You can't doubt yourself. If you have a goal in mind, get it done. Make a business plan, create it. Have a goal in mind, have a focus, and just execute it. But again, it can be lonely. I think that's the one thing that many women cannot understand. This business can be lonely.
Absolutely.
But the thing is, if you have good people surrounding you, you'll excel and you'll be just fine.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that I would say about that.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Wow.
Sorry.
With so many other companies to choose from, why did you choose a brand? Why Remax? Why Remax Champions?
Okay, well,
Sorry, I just had to change it up a bit.
it's okay. You know what? With so many other companies out there, I mean, let's just be real. There's the Keller Williams out there. There's the Berkshire Hathaways, the Anteros, Remaxes, and stuff like that.
Excellences.
Yeah, the Excellence Real Estates. My thing is this: I wanted to become part of a brand. I started with a brand because I wanted to create a name for myself. I think having a name and an image is super important. Mm-hmm. I believe that the brand backs you up. Mm-hmm. I wanted to research a brand that I know that is all over the world. Mm-hmm. That if I have a client that wanted to go cross country and buy, I'm able to refer them over to yet another Remax mm-hmm. agent. I wanted to be part of a brand that actually advertises for their agents generically mm-hmm. off the side of the freeways, commercials. The kids know the balloon, which is amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
And if no one knows, my own dog's name is Remax. So I've created like such a great image with just the name in itself and branding mm-hmm. myself with that yeah, I want it to be known. The one thing I don't want to be is an undercover agent. I mean, if you are an undercover agent, then no one's going to know you, but the brand will help. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because when I came to Remax Champions, again, uh-huh. I'm coming from the west side of town. I didn't know anything here in the Inland Empire. That's 100% honesty. I didn't know that I actually joined a company where the broker's very well known. She had already many offices, successful businesses. Mm-hmm. So I felt like it was a blessing in disguise. Yeah. And yeah, look where I'm at now. I did drift away for a little bit. Mm-hmm. It did hurt me, business-wise, it did. And I came back and I'm just on it and it's very busy right now. So yeah. The brand does help. Why Remax? It was a blessing in disguise because look where I'm at.
Right.
And
yeah.
look at the broker and then look at what she's been able to fulfill and excel in. And there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, you are doing absolutely great and
yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much.
And I wish you the best.
Thank you. I have to dye my roots every 3.5 weeks because of that. No, just kidding.
Well, you missed one. No, I'm just kidding.
Shoot, no.
Is there anything else you would want our audience to know about you, Liz?
Let me see. I think what the audience should know is that I'm very transparent. Okay, if you haven't picked up on that, then you guys need to watch my Instagram stories. No, just kidding. Yeah. No, I'm a very transparent person. I don't think that anybody should hide things. I believe that you should be a successful role model. Mm-hmm. You should be someone to look up to, hard worker. Nothing in this life comes easy. Right. So that's one thing. Mm-hmm. And nothing has ever been handed to me or like I never got a lead like just given to me just like that. No. It's always been sacrifice and a lot of hard work. And I think that you get somewhere with that. But no matter what, just be true to yourself. Mm-hmm. If you have no filter, that's great. Right. I don't have a filter. And again, I'm not out there to have raving fans or stuff like that. I'm just giving an opinion. Mm-hmm. And I think it's normal. But at the end of the day, always be respectful of other people. Mm-hmm. Don't hold grudges, because that's not good. Right. And just be the best realtor or best business owner that you can be. But the thing is, you need to walk the walk and talk the talk. Not just talking and not doing anything about it. Mm-hmm. So that would be something I would say.
Yeah, and you mentioned this Liz Minutes. So if they want to watch Liz Minutes, where do they find it at?
Well, you can hashtag Liz Minute on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at Liz W Realty. You can follow the office page, Remax Champions North Central. It's on there. I even have it on my Facebook page. But yeah, that's my minute every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, is there a particular time?
It's usually aired around between the 8 and the 9 o'clock hour. And it's different topics all the time. And I always ask people to please let me know what they would want me to like say or do or share, because probably they won't be able to do it, or because they're scared of saying something.
Right.
But you know, honestly, it's freedom of speech. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm just basically voicing stuff that I've seen in this industry that probably not a lot of people have seen it, or they are seeing it and they don't know how to react to it.
Yeah, or like you said, they're afraid to say it.
They're afraid to say it.
Yeah. Well, thank you once again. It's been a pleasure having you here. So thank you.
I've been like waiting for this. And you got me to cry.
A part of Liz that not many see, but hey, you all got to see it today.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, everyone. You heard it from the wonderful Liz herself. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's been long overdue, so I'm so excited I got to do this.
And those of you that are looking to buy, sell, or invest, please reach out to me. And don't forget to please follow me on Instagram, like my Facebook page, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And make any comments below. Let me know how you like this interview.
Drop a comment below.
Thank you very much, and we look forward to having you join us here next week.